In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 WNBA games happening on May 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 WNBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Connecticut Sun versus Minnesota Lynx. The Connecticut Sun, currently sitting at 0-2 and holding the last spot in the Eastern Conference standings, are preparing to take on the Minnesota Lynx, who lead the Western Conference with a perfect 3-0 record. This matchup is set for May 23rd at the Target Center, where the Lynx will look to maintain their undefeated streak. Minnesota has already covered the spread in 2 out of their first 3 games this season. They will be facing a Connecticut squad that has undergone significant changes and has yet to secure a win this year. The Lynx stand out as the highest scoring team in the league, while the Sun have struggled offensively, averaging just over 70 points per game, among the lowest marks in the WNBA. Continuity is a key strength for Minnesota, as much of their roster returns from last season. In contrast, Connecticut is relying heavily on new, less experienced players, operating within an entirely revamped system on both offense and defense under a new coaching staff. While the Sun might improve as the season progresses, right now they appear vulnerable. The disparity between these two teams is clear in their net ratings. Connecticut ranks 12th in the league with a minus 19.8 net rating, whereas Minnesota sits comfortably in 4th place with an 11.9 net rating. The gap is even more apparent in their transition game. The Sun rank last, 12th in the league, with just 7.5 points per game on fast breaks, while the Lynx are 3rd, averaging 14.7 fast break points. Given these numbers, the Lynx are expected to control the game on both ends of the court and remain undefeated this season. As our first pick for this matchup, the Minnesota Lynx to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offensively, the Sun have struggled to score, particularly against strong defenses like last year's top-ranked Minnesota squad. The Lynx will be motivated to bounce back after allowing 81 points to the Wings on Wednesday night. Expect them to clamp down on a Connecticut team that is shooting below 40% in its first 2 games. While Minnesota will certainly put points on the board, Connecticut is likely to find it difficult to score more than 70 points in this contest. Looking at game tempo, both teams are starting the season with a fairly controlled pace. The Sun ranks 7th in pace with an average of 97.2 possessions per game, while the Lynx sits slightly behind in 10th place with 96.4. Neither team relies heavily on offensive rebounds to generate extra opportunities, with Connecticut at 7th in offensive rebounding percentage and Minnesota just ahead at 6th. This more deliberate pace and modest offensive rebound rates support the expectation that the total score will stay under the projected line. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Valkyries versus Los Angeles Sparks. The Golden State Valkyries and the Los Angeles Sparks are set to face off in a West Coast showdown this Friday in the WNBA. These teams already met to kick off the season, with the Sparks taking a decisive 17-point win on the road. Expect the Sparks to win by an even wider margin this time, as the Valkyries roster just isn't deep or experienced enough to hang with one of the league's stronger squads yet. Golden State's first-round draft pick is a player who chose to stay in Europe for another season. That might pay dividends in the future, but it won't help them this year. Right now, the Valkyries need more scoring punch to keep pace with this veteran Sparks team. When these teams met last time, Kelsey Plum had a massive game, and the Sparks also have a solid inside presence, with Stevens and Hamby forming a strong front court duo. Los Angeles quietly improved as last season went on and enters this year with a well-defined defensive identity. The Sparks were among the best in the league at limiting points in the paint, consistently forcing opponents into tough shots from the outside. Their interior length and disciplined rotations should shut down easy baskets at the rim and cut down on second chance points. What's more, they excel at defending without fouling, which will help them stay on the floor and keep pressure on the Valkyries. If they can maintain offensive composure and avoid careless turnovers, the Sparks should be able to keep the Valkyries at a safe distance throughout the game. The Sparks just dropped 2 games in a row, so they should be extra motivated to bounce back here. Golden State has a long season ahead and will likely add another loss to the column in this matchup. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Sparks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The season opener between these teams went under the total, and this one looks headed the same way. Even with Kelsey Plum scoring 37 points and making every free throw she took, the game stayed low scoring. Plum isn't likely to put up that kind of performance again, and the Valkyries are expected to struggle offensively once more. Golden State doesn't have a pure score. Their top players are averaging just 12 points per game. They lack a go-to option who can deliver buckets during scoring droughts. In the first game, they managed only 67 points, and they should have another low output night here, especially facing Los Angeles' big front line. The Sparks will lean on their inside advantage in what should be a slower-paced defensive game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Phoenix Mercury versus Seattle Storm. 2 Western Conference rivals in the WNBA square off on Friday when the Phoenix Mercury travel to take on the Seattle Storm. This matchup promises an intriguing battle between 2 teams familiar with each other's styles and strengths. Phoenix started their season strong with an 81-59 blowout win over Seattle at home. It's tough to imagine Seattle erasing that 22-point gap just because they're back on their own court. After that tough loss, the Storm managed to bounce back with an 8-point win against Dallas on Monday, but Dallas isn't nearly as talented as Phoenix from top to bottom. Sadu Savali stands out for Phoenix as a consistent scorer, averaging 16 points per game over her career, and steadily improving her scoring each year for the past 4 seasons. Another key piece is Phoenix forward Alyssa Thomas, one of the league's best all-around players. Last season, while with Connecticut, she put up impressive numbers: 11 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 7.9 assists per game. Seattle is adjusting to life without Jewel Lloyd, who now plays for Las Vegas. Both teams are currently 1-1 against the spread this season, but the edge goes to Phoenix, who already proved they can dominate Seattle with that 22-point victory just a week ago. As our first pick for this matchup, the Phoenix Mercury to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. On opening night, the 2 teams combined for 140 points, well under the closing over-under line of 158 points. Both teams have a 1-1 record on the over-under through their first 2 games. Defensively, Phoenix looks strong. They rank as the best in the WNBA in points allowed, and they're likely to limit Seattle's below-average offense. Neither team has been aggressive on the offensive glass. Phoenix ranks 8th in the league with a 28% offensive rebounding rate, while Seattle is 11th at 24.4%. These squads are also playing at the slowest paces this season. Phoenix is 12th with a 95.7 pace, and Seattle is last at 94.2. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Mystics versus Las Vegas Aces. The Washington Mystics, currently holding a 2-1 record overall, along with matching records against the spread and on the over-under, are heading to Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas this Friday night. They'll be facing the Las Vegas Aces, who stand at 1-1 overall, 1-1 against the spread, and 0-2 over-under so far this season in this intriguing cross-conference showdown. Last season, these 2 teams clashed 3 times, with the Aces sweeping all 3 games. This Friday marks the Aces' first home game of the new season, though they finished last year with a solid 13-7 record at home. The Mystics, meanwhile, went 9-11 on the road last season and have posted a 1-1 record away from home so far this year. After scoring over 90 points in their first 2 games, Washington struggled somewhat against Golden State, who focused their defense on containing Sykes while shutting down the rest of the team. Las Vegas certainly has the talent to try a similar defensive approach, but expecting them to win by more than 14 points feels a bit unrealistic. Despite the Aces winning 4 of the last 5 matchups outright, the Mystics have covered the spread 4 times in those games, often as double-digit underdogs. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Mystics to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When these teams met last season, they combined to average a high-scoring 169 points per game. Both squads rely heavily on their star players, Sykes for Washington and Wilson for Las Vegas, to lead the scoring efforts. The Aces also showcase plenty of additional offensive firepower in their most recent game. While their shooting could be sharper, they're likely to improve, and playing on their home court should boost their ability to find good shots. Washington was locked in a tight defensive battle in their last outing, but they came out strong early in the season, averaging 92 points in their first 2 contests. They're willing to sacrifice some defense to maintain offensive momentum, as evidenced by allowing at least 85 points twice already this season. The over has hit in 7 of the last 10 games between these two teams. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.